education department employees have been told that they must vacate their offices in DC and the regions by 6 o'clock tonight, and that the offices will be closed on Wednesday for security reasons. Let's bring in Charlie. He is breaking this story this afternoon, hopping on set to talk to us about it. So give us some sense here. What are you hearing?
A little background. I mean, I have sources in the education department. They've been sending me these directives that have been coming since Linda McMahon was named education department chief about massive reductions. I mean, they're not hiding the football here. They're talking massive reductions.
When we found out that President Trump was running for president again this term, we immediately went out and bought a flag. Hey, if you didn't get the email on Monday, you're safe. And I'm like skipping down the halls, right? And our friends that didn't vote the same, there's always that back and forth conversation now. It's like, you knew this was coming, but we didn't. Like, nobody that I've talked to understood the devastation that having this administration in office would do to our lives, but other people that we love and care about too within the Mid-Ohio Valley. Absolutely, I feel a little bit betrayed.
We literally get slapped in the face with no explanation. They fool you a lot. They get in office, they don't do the things they said they was going to do or promise the people.
Donald Trump and Elon Musk and this fictitious entity Doge, this unlawful entity Doge, has any actual interest in rooting out government waste, fraud, and abuse. They're the only ones committing those things. They are the only ones committing those things.
And Trump just sits there like this. So Elon Musk bought a president. He bought the presidency of the United States, and now he's going to destroy us.
If we knew what we know today and the vote was tomorrow, I don't know what I would do because of my morals, but I just don't think I could do it again. I don't think I could vote for President Trump again, no.
Hi, my name is Marian Rodriguez Soto.
My name is Daniel Leckie.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kelsey Hopland.
My name is Erin Lavick.
My name is Taylor Lawrence.
Hi, my name is Phil Mathias.
My name is Emily Connor, and for the last 11 months, I was employed by the Federal Transit Administration as a grants management specialist.
I've had the honor of working in my dream job as a historic preservation specialist for the General Services Administration.
I started working with the FAA in October 2024 as a Great Lakes Community Engagement Officer.
I'm a former soil conservationist with the Natural Resources Conservation Service.
And I was a health science policy analyst at the National Institute of Aging, a division of the NIH that focuses on Alzheimer's disease and related dementias.
I was a fish and wildlife biologist for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services, New York Ecological Services Field Office.
I worked at the National Cancer Institute as the Chief Technology Officer and Deputy Director in the Division of Cancer Prevention. My role was to bring innovative technologies in this space to help come up with new ways to prevent cancers and to come up with ways to help manage the data that comes from these large-scale screening trials that we do to make it as available, accessible, and usable to the broader communities as possible.
If you've ever seen a news story about a major federal agency, those might be my buildings in the background. Without historic preservation specialists across government, there would be no one to ensure our nation's most important historic buildings, structures, monuments, and sites are protected from ill-conceived government actions that carelessly degrade them.
It was my job to work directly with public transportation agencies to make sure that they could get access to federal funding that they are entitled to by law. And now that we have so few people doing that job at the Federal Transit Administration, I really don't know how our public transportation agencies are going to stay afloat.
I went into public service because after running a research lab for 20 years, I wanted to make research more impactful and available to broader communities.
Working with the USDA has been a dream of mine since my childhood in Puerto Rico. Combining my love for the natural world while also supporting real people like farmers has been incredibly rewarding.
The reason why I got into public service was to ensure the survival of species such as these, and to eventually see them recover and become delisted from the Endangered Species Act.
Because I believe science should be accessible, equitable, and communicated clearly. I wanted to leverage my expertise to improve the health of everyday Americans, and I'm heartbroken by the loss of this opportunity.
I've always wanted my job to matter, and I've always wanted the work I do to make a difference rather than just making money for somebody else.
I've always found value working directly for the people. I'm proud to protect your heritage for your children and grandchildren.
I went into it because I'm a helper. I want to help people. I also am an American, just like you. This is our country, and I want to help make our country as great as it can be.
The work lets me make a lasting impact not only on the land, but also within my community.
I've been honored to be in the roles that I have been in public sector work, and I will continue to do so because at the end of the day, public service means serving the public.
Let me ask you, if I can, personally, emotionally, financially, what this has done to you and your family.
Put a lot of pressure on us, to be honest. We have a 6-month-old baby, my wife and I, beautiful baby, we love her. Parenthood's awesome, but it's put an extra weight on our shoulders. I'm, in the meantime, looking for employment while I fight this, but I'm hoping that I can get my job back, and I'm hoping that I can get all the veterans that were fired their jobs back. There was around 6,000 veterans that were let go. If I can come here and I can get 5,999 veterans their job back, but I don't, I'm okay with that too.
Nearly 6,000 veterans have already lost their jobs and been terminated from federal service at an unprecedented rate, and will all enter the civilian workforce with less protections. While my time is limited, I just wanted to say this. This isn't subjective. This is evidence. This is evidence. In less than 2 months, this administration has proved itself to be the most anti-veteran administration ever. What's going on is just not right on so many levels.
You called it the most anti-veterans administration in history.
It is. I mean, there's almost 6,000 veterans that are terminated. There's it was just reported today that 80,000 VA employees are going to be terminated. They have the most amount of veterans. It shows you that the billionaires are the ones who matter, you know, and they're going to step on anybody to get them what they want. So it's unfortunate, but a lot of people are going to suffer.
I mean, Nicole, you will remember when Donald Trump became, the first president to do something like besmirched the legacy of a war hero, John McCain. Mm-hmm. And I think people thought, oh, maybe that kind of disgusting treatment of someone who has served our country in the most tangible, visceral, self-sacrificing way, maybe that's an anomaly. Maybe he will move past that. This is evidence, the treatment of veterans, right, which was once the third rail in American politics. You would never see a Republican Party targeting veterans, targeting the VA, having veterans come to town halls and say, this is the most anti-veteran administration in American history. The statements Trump made about John McCain, the statements he's made about people who serve, who were wounded in combat, he, as someone who got out of serving this country because of bone spurs, that was not an anomaly, that was an indicator. And you are now seeing the harvest of those seeds. The treatment of veterans is not going unnoticed by veterans themselves. There were a lot of them that spoke up last night, and they feel the same way.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Fuck off.
That's it. If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Fuck off.
That's it.